Hello friends. In the previous video you have seen how to use VLOOKUP, but it was a normal VLOOKUP. But today we are going to see how now we can just use VLOOKUP from different sheet and workbook. You can just look up values from a different sheet or from a different workbook. Here you see have data, have names, have subjects, different subjects here: mathematics, chemistry, physics, geography, and economics and history. It doesn't matter if you have other data that you just want to look up. Here, this one is an example. It's not it doesn't mean only that you just have to use numbers or just subject like this one. You can just you may use other different data. And here you see you have and what we have seen in the previous video, you have seen that we can just use for example, this sheet. You can see here this is a normal VLOOKUP because we're just looking just data on this they're on the same sheet, and we are not looking here data from other sheet. We have seen this in the previous video. That we can just for example find the data or the marks of this person in physics in this table. Let me just use a VLOOKUP. I've seen how to just use this VLOOKUP, and here you see there is a lookup value, the value that we just looking in that table. This is this name here, comma, I put comma, and the table array. This is the table range. The table range, it is this one. Yeah, this is the table range, and I can select this table range, and then let me just come up here. You can see, or I can just scroll up, and this is the table range, and here can just put a comma and column index. I have to count. I've seen how to count, and I count from here. This column number 1, and this is column AI, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4 for physics. I put 4, and I just put 0 for just exact index match, for exact match, and here cross parenthesis, and I hit enter to get into. If I go here in this table, I can see olive to in physics. You see the max here of this one is 22. You can see, and this is very helpful once you have data or different data, long list here of data, and don't have time to just check every cell. You can just type names here and just use a VLOOKUP, and you look for data that you want here on the same sheet. This is normal VLOOKUP, and I can just get the data from another sheet. You see here you have sheet 1, have sheet 2, and I can just get the data from another sheet. Let me just clean this one, and I just need to get the score of this one to a different sheet. You see here I have another sheet which has some score or marks like like this sheet 1, the sheet 2, and I just want to look the marks or score of this person in this sheet. I can just look the data. I'm looking the data from this person in another sheet. Let me now also use VLOOKUP to get this to get the score on a different sheet. It's supposed that I may not have this one here. I can even create this one here and remove this and get the score to another sheet. I'm just going to ignore this one, and now just use VLOOKUP. I double click here, and which value that I'm just looking up, this one, I put comma, where on another sheet. Let me just move to the sheet 2. I'm just ignoring this one. It is supposing that I don't have this one here, and I'll go to another sheet. The table array here, I just select this table that I have here, but it's another sheet 2. Now after selecting, you can see you can just go up here in the formula bar, can go up there in the formula bar. Let me just go here and put comma. And now the table array, I'm done with the table array. Now column index number. Here now just have to count. Where is physics? It is 4. And here I just put a comma, and for a true or approximate match I just put 0. I put 0, and here across parentheses and hit enter. You can now just see I still have 22. And this is now you see that it is possible to get the score from another sheet, to get data from another sheet. And this is very simple. If you just want to scroll down the formula to copy the formula, you can just use $sign to just for this table array. You can just here use F4, or you can just put $signs, and you can still here copy the formula down here. You can see you can get the score of those people in this in the physics. And you can change from physics to another subject, and to change this you just change the column number. Once I take, for example, once I put here 2, it means this 1 2, it is now chemistry, and I just hit enter. This is the score of or the marks of Olive, and in chemistry you can see it is 29. It is clear. It is clear that is 29. You can just put a car, you can see it. And once I scroll down here, the formula, I can just get the score of everybody. This is very helpful once you just have a very big list, or once you just want to get the data, and the data that we get here, it's very separately from the table. And whatever changes I can make, you can see once I go to, you can see how I've used the sheet 2. Whatever changes I can make, let me just go here and change this to 40, and see whatever changes I can make will affect my data on sheet 1. You can see. And guys, yeah, this is how can just use VLOOKUP from another sheet, but we can just use also VLOOKUP from a different. We can just use it from a different workbook. Now let's just get for example the score of Gilbert, the marks of Gilbert in physics. Let me just type =, VLOOKUP, double click here, and I'm just now looking for Gilbert. And now here down you can see have another workbook. This is template 7, and this template 7 I just have to put a comma here. Need to put a comma here in this formula bar, and select the table array. The table array, let me select this table range. The table array is the table range. Yeah, from there to here, and you see what I have here. And I put a comma here, and I need to put let me try to zoom in here, and I just need to put the column index number. Physics is it's 4. 1 2 3 4. It is 4. Here I put 4. I put 4, and I put comma, and an exact match here is 0. I told you that exact match is 0, and the false one is 1. Here I put 0. This means that then the column that I'm just trying to find the data is on column 4. If I don't find the data there, it means I'm not finding it, but this is the exact match. I hit enter, and you can see here 40. Anytime I go back to the sheet, let me go to the sheet. You can see it was physics. Where is Gilbert? I can find Gilbert here, and you can see in physics this is 40. What will happen once I change this to 50? Let me see what I'll just have there. It changes directly to 50. Any changes I can make to the workbook, to that workbook, will affect the data that I have here on my sheet. And this is very important. You can just find this very helpful because you might have a different sheet, different workbook, and very easy for you to connect to the data. And you just use this VLOOKUP, and you look for the data in another sheet, another workbook, and it's very helpful. Guys, I think you're just going to start using this function, which is very important once you are dealing with too much data in your Excel sheet or Excel workbook. Guys, enjoy this video and see you next time.